I have a number of introductory free courses that I offer people who want to get into voiceover, want to get into audiobook narration. And I always ask those people, so what's your concern? What are you most fearful of? What are you worried about? What's your biggest challenge? And I actually I looked through all the surveys to find the number one answer. And I was so kind of interested in how to meet that challenge. And I realized something really interesting. I want to share that with you when I come back in this episode of the VOHeroes podcast. So when I asked that question in the survey in those introductory classes, what is your most challenging moment? What are you concerned about? What's keeping you from moving forward and becoming a voice talent or an audiobook narrator? One answer became clear, and that was, I've never done this before. I've never narrated an audiobook. I've never auditioned for a commercial. I've never done this before. And it occurred to me that this was a universal. Every single successful audiobook narrator, voiceover talent, on-camera talent, all of the people that I deal with in terms of student work, in terms of being on set with, being in studio with, they all experienced that exact same thing. They too had never done, at some point, had never done an audiobook, had never done a commercial, had never done anything. And then they had. It all changed the moment they did their first one. Was their first one very good? I don't know, maybe. Probably not. They had so much to learn and so much they didn't even know they didn't know. But everyone who's someplace that you'd like to be, someplace that you'd like your future self to be kind of similar to, accomplished, successful, making money, having their gear all set up, having their processes set up, having their ability to act and produce and do voice work and narrate audiobooks, all the things that you want to do, they had never done it either until they did. So you're going to be just like them as well. They were just like you. You're going to be just like them. And it's kind of cool to think about the fact that these people that we sometimes put on a pedestal, that we would give a limb to trade positions with, at one point in time, they were exactly like us. They were just getting started. They'd never done anything professionally. They'd never done anything well. They'd never done anything, right? At one point, they were just like you, and then they weren't. And I love that that's going to be you as well. Someday, and then they weren't for you. So cool to think about, isn't it? Just take a moment and soak that in. Maybe some of you have already experienced that. You're on your way, you're on a journey, you have done some things and you have gotten paid for it, and you are better than you were when you first started, so you resonate with this. But it's also important to remember it, because we constantly are like, wow, I'm not moving forward in my journey. Not yet, but you will. You absolutely will. If you stick with it and you learn more and you try more and you do more, you won't be like you either. You'll be the future you. It's so cool to think about. Anyway, let me know what your comments are on this, because it's one of those moments where you can sit back and go, yeah, I'm pretty good at this. This is pretty good. Hit the like button if you like what you're hearing. You can subscribe to the channel. You can hit the notification bell and find out when new episodes come out. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I will see you in the next episode of the VOHeroes podcast.